All right, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. This is Edgar, and if you notice the thumbnail on the video, yes, my wife got approved. But stay tuned towards the end of the video, and I will tell you what happened during her interview and a couple situations that happened while she was in her interview, and how she was able to pass all the questions. So yeah, stay tuned and let's start the video. All right, y'all. So the next day, she had her last interview. So the day before, on the 24th, she turned in her paperwork, got that blue paper, got some of her documents stacked just the way they wanted. And yeah, that's all they said. It's the next day, on the 25th. She has her appointment at 10 a.m. on Thursday, the 25th. So she is going for her final interview. This is what we've been waiting for, and this is the final step. So we get to the consulate, like I say, 30 minutes before, like around 9:30, and I give her a hug, and then she takes off to the consulate. She goes, and there's a long line. It's wrapped around the building. So since it was early in the morning, the crowd was long. The families were waiting. So after we let her go, we went on top of the bridge to wait for her. The process took around 4 hours. So this time it was really long, and it was mostly waiting. So she gets there, she waits in the line outside for about an hour and a half, gets there to the first guard. They show her, she shows her documents, like, hey, I'm here for my last interview. So like, okay, go on through. And like I reiterate, don't bring any sharp objects, no phones, no Apple Watch, no pens, no nothing, or else they're gonna make you go get out and get back in line. And you won't do that already. So then she got through the metal detectors and told the guy, hey, I'm here for my last interview. So he's like, okay. So, because once you get in after the second security check, there's one way they send people that are going there for their document, to turn in their documents, and the other one is for their last interview. So she was separated from, in the line she was separated to another set of line for the people waiting to get their final interview. So she was there with her documents, just ready, calm. She said she was cool, just chilling there. And she sat there for another hour and a half. And she said that she can hear, questions being asked to other people. And like I say, and everybody knows, the questions are different. It's based on your case. So she says that she heard a lot of yeses and a very few little no's. Basically, if you can hear, like, if she heard any no's, was because somebody was missing a paper, or they filed when they filed their paperwork, something was not turned in right, or they lied. And trust me, they have everything on the screen. Please just be honest, because all they're asking is things about you that you should already know. And you should have already told your lawyer. Anyways, so she's there waiting. They called her up. She goes up to the lady. And if you remember in my intro, I said her interview from the beginning, when they asked for her documents to finish, was a little different than usual. So anyways, so after she turned in her documents from her previous one, she gets up there. She goes, all right, here's my documents from yesterday with the blue paper. She's like, okay, cool. So you have this. She goes, okay, you have this. And all right, she goes, all right, so can I have your husband's birth certificate? So she gets the birth certificate, and she goes, here's the long version. I brought both, the long version and the small version. She told her that she had it. And the lady goes, perfect. She goes, yeah, we had to order it expedited here to Mexico because we didn't bring it. And the lady was like, thank you very much that you did that, because it's kind of annoying when people don't bring their long version, or the lawyers, they don't know to tell them bring your long version of your birth certificate, which in one of my previous videos, and I'll put it on here and I'll link it into the description, that if you don't bring your long version of the of birth certificate for U.S. citizen, and it's really, they're going to delay your case because it tells you your hospital that you were born in. So they wanted that. So she said, she goes, all right. So that kind of like broke the ice. Like, oh, thank you very much for being prepared. She goes, because it's kind of annoying going back and forth, trying to find kind of stuff. So yeah. So then she got there, and then she goes, can I see your DS-260? She got her DS-260. She was going to take out her taxes. She goes, do you need my taxes? She's like, no, I have them all here on the screen. So, all right. So she's going through there. She look up there. She goes, look down. She's like, hey. And the lady even goes, hey, don't worry about me being on the computer and whatnot. Our computers are just slow. I'm not doing anything else. She goes, people get freaked out that, oh, she's writing something, something's popping up. She's like, no. She told her, our computers are just being really slow. She's like, okay, that's fine. She goes, okay. And she was just like, okay, just relaxed. And then after that, but she was being told all this in Spanish. She's like, okay. So as she was doing it, she waited, and then she goes, can I have, she goes, your marriage license? Got it. And then she goes, okay. She asked 1, 2. They only asked her for like my birth certificate, marriage license, and the DS-260. And what else? There was something else that they asked her. Her waiver. She goes, do you have your waiver? She goes, oh, yes. And as she was going through her paperwork in her folder, I was in there and I misplaced it. So she was like, kind of like, oh man, I have it here. Apologize for this, whatnot. And where I was moving stuff around, sorry. And then the lady actually goes, oh, don't worry about it. I can actually look it up here on the computer. And she's like, okay, thank you very much. So the lady was very kind to her. She was like was actually helping her. I guess it was like just the consulate officers, of what she told me, were very nice, kind, polite, and respectful. So they were just helping her out. So yeah. So she got, I guess, I don't know, it just depends on the officer, but she got lucky, I guess. The officer was helping her out, was very patient. She was very respectful. Mutually, the respect was there. And she's like, okay, cool. I found it. Got it all here. All right, you ready to go? She goes, but there's, like I said, this was all being said in Spanish. She goes, okay, we're going to start your interview. She's like, okay. And then, so this is where another little crazy thing happens in her interview that caught me off guard when she told me as well. She goes, the lady started off, can you please raise your right hand? And she finished the question, raise your right hand. And then, so my wife, like I said, her Spanish is not the best. She speaks a lot of English. And so she goes, okay. And then she was like left, right. She was even trying to turn around to see what it was. And she goes, okay. And then she raised it. She goes, and then the lady offered again, would you like to do the interview in English? And my wife was like, yes, please. Thank you very much, if you don't mind. And the lady's like, all right, yeah, that's fine. Let's do it. And then she goes, so she helped her out again right there. So she started the interview. And these are the questions and that she got asked. Her first question is like, who's asking for you? She told her my name. She goes, where is he at? She goes, outside waiting. And she's like, okay. She goes, do you have any kids? And she says, yes, one. She goes, where is she at? She's like, oh, back in America. She's like, okay. And then she goes, do you work? She goes, yes. She goes, yes, I do. She goes, do you have DACA? She goes, yes. Can I see? And so we took all her expired DACA little cards, and as well this year we were able to miraculously, because we didn't know when her appointment was, we were able to renew her DACA, and the DACA actually came in within a month after we put in the request to renew it. It was still valid at the point. Her previous one still had like 3 months, but we took the even more recent one. So she showed them all to her. She even showed her the new one. She's like, okay, thank you very much. The lady hands her back her DACA cards. And then she goes, she's there and she's like, okay, got the DACAs. And then after that, her last question was, she goes, do you know where you crossed? And she goes, I don't know exactly, but all I know is through the mountains. She said El Cerro, through the mountains. And she's all like, and she goes, but she said it like, just straight up. She goes, through the mountains. And she's like, okay, all right. So she turned around. She's like, okay, thank you very much. She didn't, my wife didn't go, I don't, she didn't, nothing. She was like, oh, through the mountains. All she said, I don't remember exactly, but I know it's through the mountains. She goes, okay. And then after that, and the lady said it wasn't through a check, a border or anything. Like, she said through the mountains. That's all she goes. She said through the mountains. She's like, okay, cool, thank you very much. And so she turns around, she goes, all right, I'm gonna take a copy from the birth certificate, which was mine. And she goes, turns around, gets it, and then comes back. She goes, all right, here you go. Here's your green paper. Congratulations and welcome to the United States of America. And she goes, okay, thank you very much. And that was it. She grabbed it and left. And yeah, she came out and I was like, hey, everything good? She was like, oh yeah, I got it. But she was more like, she had to go to the restroom at that time. It was already 4 hours in. She was in the restroom. She just wanted to find a bathroom. So quick hug. She showed us the green paper, went to go find a restroom, and we ate at the Denny's like right next to the consulate, because there's like a cool Denny's right next to the consulate. And yeah, that was it, y'all. Literally. Like I said, the consulate, the officer was very kind, respectful, polite to her, like even helped her out in a couple occasions. And it was like yes or no questions. And it was, like I said, it was mostly about me. And that was it. So yeah, that was her experience since day one. We waited, we waited for 6 years and we finally got it. And it was worth the wait. 6 years, there were some issues going up, like getting paperwork and then pandemic and all that kind of stuff. But at the end, when we were down there, after every little interview and like appointment went smooth sailing. Only that birth certificate, but we were able to get it. And even though, real quick, when we were down there, one of the lawyers that helped us said that, it doesn't matter that you don't have the long version. They'll take it because it's Oregon. It's not like California, Texas, Arizona. I'm telling you, just take the long version. Take the long version birth certificate. But yeah, other than that, it went smooth. It was fast, simple. And then we just waited for her visa, and it showed up not the day after, 2 days later. So we did it on the Thursday, waited Friday, and then Saturday morning at 9:00 while we were having breakfast, they're like, hey, your packet's ready. We went and picked it up. And that was it, y'all. And here we are. And yeah, y'all. So anyways, y'all, that was the journey, please. And sorry I was late with the video, but I had comments on, hey, when are you gonna do the second part? Here it is, and I hope y'all like it. So if you like it, please comment, like, and subscribe if you're interested. Check out the rest of the videos and let me know in the comments your experience or any kind of questions. Hopefully I can answer. And good luck to y'all that are going up there or that got approved or helping somebody get approved or waiting. Hey, just be patient and everything's gonna work out. I'm telling you, trust me, I freaked out for the longest time, and at the end of the day, it went out smooth. So it was worth the wait. Anyways, y'all stay safe, take it easy, and I will see you around. Peace out.